For tonight's story segment, Cemetery Night to Remember. A couple of years ago on a cool autumn night, I had an unforgettable experience that would stay with me forever. It all started when a group of friends and I decided to visit the local cemetery after hours. Rumors had been circulating that the cemetery was haunted, and we were curious to see for ourselves if there was any truth to the stories. I was with a couple of friends in one car while another friend drove a separate vehicle. As we made our way through the dark and winding roads leading to the cemetery, we could feel a sense of unease creep over us. The night was still and eerily quiet, the only sound being the rustling of leaves in the wind. As we pulled up to the gates of the cemetery, I could feel my heart racing in anticipation. The gates were locked. The gates were locked, but that didn't stop us. We parked our cars outside and decided to explore on foot. The moon cast an eerie glow over the gravestones, creating long shadows that seemed to dance in the darkness. We walked amongst the headstones, reading the names and dates etched into the cold stone. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding as we were not alone in the cemetery. Suddenly, my friend who was driving the other car let out a gasp and pointed ahead. We all turned and looked, and that's when we saw it, a small figure darting across the road in front of the truck. We were all frozen in place, trying to make sense of what we had just witnessed. I felt a chill run down my spine, my arms covered in goosebumps. We quickly got back into our cars as we followed the others out of the cemetery. As we drove down the dark road, my friend in the other car suddenly slammed on the brakes. We pulled up beside them and rolled down the window, asking what had happened. They explained they had heard a loud bang on the back of their car, as if something had hit it. We all got out of our cars to inspect the damage. To our horror, we found small handprints smeared across the back of the car, as if a child had touched it. The realization hit us like a ton of bricks. The figure we had seen running across the road was not a figment of our imagination. It was real. Fear gripped us as we stood in the darkness, unsure of what to do next. We could feel a presence watching us, a sense of malevolence that sent shivers down our spines. Without a word, we all got back into our cars and drove away from the cemetery as quickly as we could. To this day, I still cannot explain what we saw that night. Was it the spirit of a restless soul haunting the cemetery, or something more sinister? Whatever it was, it left an indelible mark on me and my friends. We never spoke of that night again, too afraid to relive the terror that had gripped us in the darkness of the cemetery. But the memory of that unforgettable night will always stay with me, a chilling reminder of the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. Our conference segment for tonight is Phenomenicon in Vernal, Utah, that runs from September 4th to the 7th at the Uinta Conference Center. Speakers for this event include David Paulides, Mariah Mayer, and Russell Cord of Expedition Bigfoot, Travis Taylor and Eric Bard from Skinwalker Ranch, Ben Hansen, George Knapp, and Richard Estep. Also on Saturday the 7th, Travis Taylor is also in the band that performs at 9 p.m.